Everything seems to be working. Oh, I never know if this delay is actually going out over the YouTubes or not. Okay. Hopefully I will. Today we're gonna go over the Gartley and the bat. They're very, very similar. Yeah, they are super, super similar. I don't know if I'm live yet. Not sure if I'm live yet. Maybe I gotta throw up a starting screen until the YouTube stops buffering. All right, well we'll just let this buffer for a while. I think. I don't know. Never used to buffer like this. Oh, here we go. I think we're here. Outstanding. Outstanding. There we go. There we go. Let's go ahead and post this just in case anybody wants to jump in here. All right, outstanding. We're gonna record this one quick. Why this has the wrong... Sure why this is... my title got all messed up. Hang on a second. Okay, that was odd. Okay, hang on. No, hang on. Site. Let's go ahead and just post this in the Discord real quick. I love the MDX VIP Discord. There's a link to my Discord below in the description of the video. And if you like what you see regarding the MDX indicators, which I'm not going to highlight necessarily in this video, but if you like them, there's also a link to the VIP Algo launch site, and from there you could get yourself a VIP membership to the MDX Discord channel, as well as the indicators. Yeah, let's go ahead and all right, we're gonna make this quick because these are easy. These are great. These are easy. Okay, so yesterday we went over on Lithium America Core. We went over the butterfly, and it looks like, you know, that after we broke this structure, it looks like it's still on its way down. It these don't always necessarily have to work. Today we're going to go over. I found two examples of. I found a nice Gartley example, and one in the past, and we could see how it played out. And then I found another example over here on XRP of a bat pattern that has not played out yet. So it's always easier in hindsight to, oh yeah, that was a Gartley, that was a descending wedge, you know, or look at this, it hit this Fibonacci. It's always easier when you know, in hindsight, everything's 20/20. But we're also going to do an example here on the XRP of a bat pattern that has not played out, and then over the next few weeks, we'll see how it goes. It's really strange times. It's the end of the year, worst year in stocks ever, and it's the end of the year. Uh, stonks in general are just walking on eggshells, waiting on any kind of news story. So weird things can happen. But even in the best of times, patterns and volume profiles and pattern recognition, they fail as well. And just like harmonics also fail as well. But let's go ahead and let's take a look. Let's start with the Gartley pattern. This is, I believe it's the very, I believe it's the very first of all the harmonic patterns. But these are the rules. If you wanted to take a snapshot, the Gartley pattern, when these occur, they have a very, very high success rate. And what it generally is, it's generally like a temporary pullback of an overall trend. So we had this obvious dump here, and price action moving, starting to move up, and then we're just having a temporary pullback, and then eventually the trend just continues on. So you could see that in actuality, that's exactly what happened. So what makes a Gartley? Okay, so first off, and I even put it in the name of the video, and I'm calling it the 618 Gartley. That's not what it is, but but whenever you get a retrace, a perfect punch in the head retrace to the 618, start looking for Gartley patterns. The XB, or maybe I should let me turn off this volume just to kind of clear up my chart a little bit. Now, when I say XB, that's really the points XB, and that really means that point B is a 621 retrace of the XA leg. If you, depending on what textbooks you look at, they may have different nomenclature with the way that they describe this. But since we're using TradingView, when I say XB, it's really the retrace of the XA leg, and it'll pop up right there in the TradingView, XABCD harmonic pattern. Yeah. So this has to be right there. It can't be nothing else. It has to be the 618. Now again, 621, 618 is almost never. Oh man, I got the worst heartburn for some reason. They're never going to nail it perfect. It has to be close. It has to be close. And again, if we just jiggle, if we jiggle, if we discount the candle, it changes quite a bit. But this has to hit the 621. So when you get the initial, let me turn off that magnet. When you get the initial retrace of the up leg or the down leg, it has to nail the 618, which it does right there. You see it hits that perfect. Okay, and then on your next leg, your AC, this should be 382. When you pull this retracement, it ideally would be the, oh shit. Sorry about that, guys. It ideally should be, let me turn off something here so that don't pop up no more. Oh, again. Oh, excuse me. It ideally should be, oh man, you got such terrible harbor. It should be the 382. Let's turn off some of these other ones so they just don't get in our way. Or the 886, and I have the 886 down here. Ideally, you would like to see this retrace of this leg right here, and let's zoom in a little bit just so you can see it. Ideally, you would like to see this retrace either hit the 382 or the 886. That would be better. Either of these two levels, 382 or 886. It could be anywhere in between those two, 382 or 886. If it's between 3882 or 8886, 3882, 8886, the next best is that if it hits some kind of fib level between those, like the 0.5 or the the 786. In here we hit the 786, 0.766, hit the 786. I'll take it. Right now, I'm looking, that this is most likely going to become a Gartley. Now, and then you draw your fourth leg, and the fourth leg should be not between, it should be either or. It should be 1272 or 1618. And it's okay if they're between there, but it should be 1272 or 1678. Now, this is super important. And in these instructions, whenever I have the must be, it must be. It can't be much higher. It can't be much lower. It has to be. So I'm going to go ahead and circle that as well. This number has to be the 786. So for the Gartley pattern, it's a 4-leg pattern. Point C is always lower than point A. This first retracement has to be the 618, and your last leg has to be the 786. Once you have that, you have a Gartley. And this is one of the more, as far as the take profits or the your targets, they're very easy to draw. Let's just go ahead and pull out a horizontal ray. That's your first take profit. This is your second one. And then this is your third one right there. 1, 2, 3. It's just as easy as that. And if we drew a trend-based Fibonacci, and then let me just zoom these up a little bit. Wait a minute. Nope. We put that right there. Well, actually, we got a little bit deeper, but it also hits on the trend-based Fibonacci, or actually the trend-based Fibonacci. Let me draw that on there. Oh, very important. When you have the Gartley too, the deep target is the 168 of the AD. Now, by the 168 of the AD, and you might see this in different textbooks or different places online. It's basically the 168 if we drew the fib retracement of the AD leg. Now the AD is the A point is here and the D point is there. And then let's just go ahead and see where that takes us here. Let me turn on the 1618. And then so the 1618, and then let's go ahead and just put a horizontal line right on that. The 1618 takes us, you can see there's the 1618, takes us right back to, kind of recaptures this leg down. And it's kind of funny how that kind of works. So just a quick recap of the Gartley. It has to hit. Well, once you hit this first retracement of the zigzag, your first XB or your first retracement has to be the 618, and then your two, almost like a double top. You might confuse this for a double top, but or it is a double top basically. But these should be ideally 382 or 886. Could be anywhere in between there, and if it is in between there, it's better if it's actually on a fib number. And then your last leg here should be the 1272. We have the 132. It nails it, the 1272 or the 1618. And again, it could be between there, but ideally it's the 1272 or the 1618. And when you draw these, when you grab the tool over here on the side, when you just grab this tool and you draw them, it'll automatically put them on there for you. And then, very important, this last ratio, the AD retracement, needs to be 7/86 of the XA. These are the rules. They're like geometric proofs. You remember those from high school when they give you in geometry class, they give you they give you some assumptions and they give you a shape and you're supposed to and you prove it. Figure these as proven geometric proofs. They're basically a combination of a tremendous amount of fib retracements and with support and resistance line. When the herd or the attitude of the price action moves in this particular way, it's usually just a price action wants to move up. We're just doing a temporary pullback. That's our Gartley, and then the price action continues in the same direction. And you can see it did pull out, and it's continuing on. So that's the Gartley. And then, excuse me. And then I was looking, I found another one here. So here's a good example of a bat. Now, this hasn't played out, obviously, so we'll come back and check on this over the next few weeks. But here's the bat. The bat has a lot of aspects similar to the Gartley, and it has some must-be numbers. And in the title of this, I called it a 5-0 bat. Not because it's called a 5-0 bat, because I want you to, if you see a 0.5 retracement, I want you to automatically start thinking that, oh man, let's see if a bat's on its way. Let's see if a bat's going to fly down the chimney. So here we have the XRP. This is kind of great. We had the FTX dump. We had an automatic reaction, a secondary test, and it seemed like price wanted to come back up. So here we have, almost like an impulse leg up, and then we have a retracement here, and you can see how this retracement hits the 478, hits the 0.50 perfectly. So this retracement has to be either 382 or it has to be 0.50. In no case can it be greater than 618. If you have any kind of wicks past 618 that we're thinking about discounting, it always has to be less than 618. I'm telling you, it has to be the 382 or the 50. Most times it is the 50. You have this leg up and you have a 50 retracements. That is what you're going to see most of the time. But it is still a valid bat if you have a 382 retracement. Now, the AC leg here, it should be between 382 and 886. And again, the same rules apply. 382 here would be good. 886 would be good. Does not have to be. It could be anywhere in between those. And again, we've said it before, if it is between those, it's better if it hits on one of those Fibonacci's, like a 0.5 or 618, 786. It's better if it hits on one of those Fibonacci's between. Here we got 0.882. I mean, it's between the 382 and the 886, so I'll take it. Yeah. Now this is also very important here. And then we had an obvious leg down. This number right here, the AD, this AD retracement right here. Let me actually draw it in so you can kind of see when I say AD. That blue line, that retracement there has to be 886 of the initial leg. So the first retracement this first retracement has to be either 382 or 0.5. Most times you're going to see it with a bat at 0.5. And then of this overall, X, A, B, C, D, 5.4 leg reversal pattern, the AD leg has to be 886. And when you see that, this is a very, very powerful. This is a very, very powerful reversal pattern. These are very, very common. A lot of times it's usually it's usually exactly like what we see here. Bats are usually a deep test of a previous low. So when I see this and I see it coming down here to test test these lows down here, and it doesn't quite make it, that is what a bat is all about. It wants to test those previous lows. So this is almost like a textbook bat. And what also tells me that it's a textbook bat is that this BD leg here, right? It needs to be between the 1618 or the 2618. It could be anywhere in between there. Now, ideally, and it increases the percentage that this is actually going to work out, it would be exactly the 1618 or the 2. And you can see here how we just nailed the 2. We just nailed it. It doesn't have to be like this first retracement has to be either the 382 or the 0.50. Most times it's going to be the 0.50. This retracement here, the AD leg, has to be the 886. Can't be anything else. This does not have to be a 2, but when you see it as a 2 or the 1618, it just kind of it's like icing on the cake, and you're going to really see this take off. Now, this looks very legit to me. One more aspect of a bat is that oftentimes the retracement once it kicks off usually goes pretty quick. You're not going to see price, do this and you're not going to really see price do that. What's typically going to happen is you're going to see, price kind of go like this, then it goes up, maybe a bull flag or something, and then spike up again. The price action coming out of a bat after it tests these lows is typically very quick, or quicker than previous price action. This move, if you happen to be in like in a Wyckoff accumulation zone, it's often you'll see a bat, and then sometimes that's a trigger for an SOS, like a super sign of strength, or if you're in a bearish bat, a sign of weakness where you just get some big sell-off candles. Like if this was flipped upside down, and that would be bearish. I'm showing you a bullish reversal pattern here, a bullish bat. These moves are typically pretty quick. So that's it for the bear and the bat. I'm going to pare these down to some manageable cheat videos, like 2 or 3 minutes, that just kind of spell out the rules, so you can reference them real quick. Again, when you see that first 5-0 retracement, I want you to start thinking about a bat. And then on the Gartley, when you see this first retracement be the 618, I want you to start thinking that this potentially a Gartley's forming somewhere. And that's it. Let's check in on our oh man, geez, I apologize for that. Yesterday we had a butterfly. The butterfly seems to be still in play. Again, there's some huge support resistance zones in here. One thing I didn't mark out yesterday, if you see the target right there, This is just by coincidence, but let's turn off that magnet. Let's put it right there on the. Look where the target of this butterfly takes us. Takes us right down to a previous low. It's kind of funny how these things kind of interweave and work together. And then let's check. Let's check our previous. This is our current trade. It's a cipher that we identified on Bitcoin. We came in for a trade. It's a horrible position. And actually, if you look at previous videos, that we were going to add a little bit more once it dipped down into this zone. And we did. We added just a little bit more, not even a lot. I'm not going to lie to you and tell you I added a bunch. But it looks like the cipher is still in play. Yeah, it looks like the cipher is still in play. And it looks like, and if you remember, we took this from there and we put it over there. And this is really our target here. It looks like depending on what happens overnight and maybe in the morning, maybe we do get that deeper test. And then maybe this cipher does kick in and price rises. But we'll see. Thank you. Let me, hopefully tonight I have some time and I can pare these down to some short videos. And that's it. Oh man, and I apologize. I could feel the flu coming on or something. I got like the worst throat right now. Oh geez. Okay. Hey, thank you so much, and I will let me get cracking on making some vids. Hopefully, I see you at the tables, and good luck in all the trades. And thanks. Later, legends.